Hi, if you're new here, my name's Ayana. I'm a licensed massage therapist, esthetician, and spa owner. More recently, a nurse grad, and this is my channel. And I'm finally back. I am back to posting. So much has changed, and so let's just get to the point. In this video, this is meant to be a catch up with me. If you've been following my journey for the past 4 years now, I'm just going to be telling all my business, essentially telling all my business and telling you where I've been, what I've been up to. Some of you might have been following me over there on TikTok. I do post more frequently there and in my free community on Instagram. Today, I just want to update you, do a little life update. And I wish I would have brought some snacks. But that's okay. You grab a snack, you grab something to drink, and we're just gonna sit and chit chat for a while. Just go over a few things, okay? So let's address the elephant in the room. The last time y'all saw me, I was in nursing school, in the trenches, studying my life away. I've never been, and I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna be busy. I knew it was gonna be a lot. I knew that I would have a lot on my plate this year and last year. For those of you who don't know, I started nursing school January of 2024. I made that announcement, I believe, January of 2024, right before I went into nursing school. And I have recently graduated. It's been a month since I graduated, and I had my pinning ceremony and my last and final exams. And so right now what I've been doing is studying for my boards. Well, I took a little break from studying. I'm about to go to Chicago tomorrow, take a little trip because just so much has happened this year and last year. This has genuinely been the hardest time of my life. And it feels like it has passed, and now we're stepping into a new chapter just in time for the fall and this new season and this new quarter. And this has been like a breath of fresh air. And nursing school, so let's talk about why I even went to nursing school in the first place. And I've talked about it a little bit. But essentially, I went to nursing school so that I could open up my scope of practice. As you all know, I have been in this transitional period of transitioning my day spa, my clinic, into a full-on med spa. And actually, several months ago, we did get approved to be a healthcare clinic. And that just allows us to do a little bit more in terms of post-op care, because the main thing that I do in my business is post-op manual lymphatic drainage. It's something I've been passionate about for the past half a decade and have thrown my life and business into, and it's really the main thing that we do. So much so that even while I've been in nursing school, I have been relaunching the post-op manual lymphatic drainage training here and there. The next one is actually going to be in September, and we're still enrolling for that. But that has been something that has, first of all, transparently helped keep things going at the spa and for myself, as I have not really been in the treatment room as often as I was before I started nursing school. So essentially what it would look like is I would be in the treatment room maybe once or twice a week, sometimes not at all. And I did hire a full-time esthetician / massage therapist to help in that regard, who I trained and trust to take on my clients, as well as some people who have been a part of the team since 2020. So that's been great. I did hire front desk staff to also help with this, to keep social media going and to keep our marketing going, and to make sure that our clients are getting a high quality experience over at the spa, while I've been studying and really trying to make it through nursing school. It's just been so busy, having multiple classes, sometimes having to go to different campuses to do what I need to do. In addition to that, having to do clinicals. So when you're in nursing school, similar to when you're in massage school, you do have to get clinical hours. But for nursing school, you have to work at the hospital. And then in addition to clinical hours, you need to get preceptorship. And preceptorship is when you're following a nurse, trying to get that hands-on experience. You're basically working as a nurse, but as a student. And that was a very difficult time because I was just trying to get it done. So I was doing like 12-hour days. I was doing 10-hour days. I would do that 5 days a week, 6 days a week, come home and have to do homework or have to get to my emails. So much has changed, so much. And I'm just dumping it all right here on the table just so you can get a little behind the scenes of what it truly has been like from a professional level and on a personal level. But school has been difficult. Like, I admit that I thought that I was going to make more connections when I was in school, and that didn't really happen. Not to say that I didn't meet some amazing people, because I definitely met some amazing people. That's for sure. I met some amazing people. Eventually, it was revealed that, what I do for a living, like for real. And I was hosting like study parties like at the spa after hours, which was really cool. That really made me feel so supported. But before that, I felt like I was living a double life. There would be times where I would go to class, and then immediately after class, I would go to the spa and I would change into my uniform scrubs and do appointments and spend several hours doing that, doing post-op care. And that was really interesting. Yeah, so it's been an interesting time, and a lot of just in the background, a lot of grief during this time. More recently, my dog passed, and that was so difficult. Someone who's been in my family since I was 17 years old. The shock of the year. Like, for me, obviously you expect pets to pass on, but that was really my best friend. Like, the type of person I am to myself. I wouldn't go as far as calling myself a loner, because I definitely go out and socialize. But my dog was definitely like my comfort. Yeah. So yeah, just been through everything together, and to have that happen and have to wake up the next day and have several exams and all that stuff, that was very difficult. Just so much has been going on. The last time we did this life update, I told y'all how I was in a transitional space, because really for the past 2.5 years, I've been living a nomadic life in addition to going to school and trying to get things straight at this new spa location that I got last year. And what I mean by that is there was a situation that happened where my home got water damage. It led to toxic mold. We had to get out of there. I have a very small child. It wasn't safe for anybody. It wasn't safe for me. There was a lot of health repercussions from it, which I've talked about a little bit, which I have since been making a recovery from. And really, I feel like I have made pretty much a full recovery from. Thank you, God. But that definitely affected us, because my whole family, we're going from hotels, Airbnbs, my parents' house, my other parents' house, like going back and forth to different places, having to pack up all our stuff. All my stuff is still in storage. I don't have any furniture in my house. We recently got back in our house, had to renovate the entire place unexpectedly, and that was stressful. First of all, I'm grateful that I had a roof over my head this entire time. It was just a lot of stress going from place to place, not knowing when I'm going from place to place, like all that stuff. That was very difficult. And then still having to make sure things are running at the spa, because we've been in a transitional period as well with hiring and trying to figure out how we can make the most out of our new space. And that's been coming along, not as much as I expected it to when I first got the space, but slowly but surely we're getting it together. So it's not like I've done like a grand opening or anything. We've just been slowly using what we have there and making it work over there, to be quite honest with you all. So those are some of the things that have been going on in the background. And it's been teaching me a lot about resilience. It's been teaching me a lot about making things work at any cost necessary. Is that how you say that phrase? Any means necessary. And just pushing forward. And there have been so many times where I've had to sit back and ask myself, why am I doing this? Is it a pride thing? Is it the fact that people are looking at me? People are reaching out to me. They're asking me how I'm doing this. How did I start the business? How did I get to this place? How did I hire people? All these different things. Like, do I feel pressure to keep this going, even though my life is literally falling apart? And there have been times where I feel like I've put more into my business than I am my own like personal care and like well-being, and vice versa. There have been times where I put more into my well-being versus focusing on the business, and it's been hard to have a balance. And I've been having to ask myself, why am I doing this? What is the goal? What is the purpose? It's obviously not money, because as you all know, like when you own a business, there are times where you don't always pay yourself. And still, you'll have to pay your team. You'll have to pay everyone who's helping you keep things going. And there are times where you do pay yourself, and that can get addicting. So sometimes it can be up and down. It just depends on what's going on in your business and the scale that you're at. But the more that you grow, the more sacrifices you do have to make, which is why when I'm talking to other spa owners who are just getting started, I always tell them, like, stay mobile as long as you can, as long as that's feasible for you. Because when you have a scaled down operations and things are more simple, first of all, you get to keep more of the money, more of the profit. Second of all, it's a little bit less complicated. That's something I've been thinking about. Have I scaled up a little bit too much? Is this taking on more than I can chew? I do want to do a video talking about how I even came about getting my space and what that was like, and the whole story of how that happened from when we went from, first of all, we were mobile, and then we got a hybrid location where it was shared with other practitioners. We shared it with an acupuncturist, some other massage therapists, and then I went from that to having this 9-room spa, more like a storefront location, and hardly having any furniture to put in it. And did I do this too fast? But I do want to make a whole separate video on that. That's going to be a really interesting story to tell. And I think you'll learn a lot about me, and you'll learn a lot about what it really takes to make this all come together. I feel like I'm finally at a place where things are starting to feel stable, like in my professional life, but then also in my personal life. There's just been so many transitions. I can't obviously talk about it all, because some stuff I do want to keep sacred to myself that maybe I've talked about on social media before. I'm learning a lot about resilience. I'm learning a lot about doing what it takes and asking yourself, like, why? What is the purpose? What is the goal? And I think what I'm coming to, and the answer always changes, but I think what I'm coming to is that I am doing this not only to provide a livelihood for myself and my son and my family, but also to be a member in the community that's able to do that for other people. I take pride in the fact that I'm able to help people pay their bills and have a space where they can do what they love, which is massage, bodywork, facials, wellness services. And I feel extremely blessed to have a team that I feel supports the overall vision, and they're able to add their own vision into the overall vision that I have, and they're supportive, and they want to see the potential of where we're going, and they've seen like where we've started, and That feels so amazing to me. Even with nursing school, I know that I did it in order to just level up in terms of professionalism and like what I know. I think it was really great that when I did my preceptorship, I was actually on the post anesthesia care unit, which was amazing. Like, I got to see people immediately after surgery. I feel like it goes hand in hand with what I do at my spa. I got to meet a lot of surgeons. I got to meet a lot of doctors. I got to meet other nurses. I really, truly got to see another side of post-op care. I got to see the operating room. That was amazing. Showed me that I have somewhat of a passion for that. And yeah, so it's just been very interesting. And I am finally getting to a place where I can sit down and talk about it. This is not going to be the only video where we catch up and talk about what's been going on behind the scenes. There's been so much I've learned just from a business standpoint, because even when I was in nursing school and I wasn't taking on appointments as much, I was still behind the scenes. I was still behind the computer. I was still doing admin stuff, learning things from other people, consulting with other professionals. I've learned things about how to manage my business finances. I've learned things about how to really create a well-oiled machine, how to be a leader. And I'm still learning how to be a leader, to be quite honest with you, how to speak up more, how to network. Like, I'm learning so much stuff that I know I want to pass on to you all. And so this is going to be a new era for both of us, honestly. This is about to be a new era for both of us. We are leveling up. We are learning from this past period. I feel like even just talking to my friends, I feel like this past period has been tough for everybody, like economically and just, yeah, there's just so much going on politically, just so much in the world right now. But I do want to encourage you, if you are listening to my voice right now, if you are working on your business or you're like in the throes of it and you're still asking yourself, like, why are you doing this? That is a question that I highly recommend that you answer for yourself. Like, why are you doing this? Is it to achieve a certain modicum of success? Is it to flaunt to your friends about something? Is it to prove something to somebody who doubted you? Because something that I realize about my subscribers now, or something that I realize about the people who follow me, like, we are the underdogs. Like, we are the underdogs. People underestimate us all the time. And why is that? I wonder if it has to do with what we do for a living or what, or just like who we are. But I just noticed that I've been attracting people who are similar to me, where we are the underdogs, we are underestimated. We've been told our whole lives that we've been doubted our whole lives. At least I have. Let me speak for myself now. I've been doubted my entire life. I've had people not believe in me, my own family, like just so much. Not to say my own family does that now, but I've just been through some things to where, like, I love being underestimated now. Like, I love going through hard stuff because it really shows me, because I'm the type of person, I will take that hard stuff and I will genuinely learn from this stuff and apply it to my life or to business or pass it on to someone else. And having that type of mindset only makes you better. It makes you a better leader. It makes you a better business owner. It just makes you better in general, which is great. So I know a lot of you are like that, and a lot of you are perfectionists like me, and you're just so worried about the nitty-gritty details. It keeps you from starting. It keeps you from like just doing something about your dreams and the things that you see in your mind, but you just haven't seen in fruition yet. Or maybe you've seen it come to fruition a little bit, but not completely. And you're not sure when you're going to get to that vision. And I know what that's, because that's literally me. And that's literally me. A lot of the things that I've created in terms of my business and my profession and my career are all things that I used to have just written on a piece of paper, a notebook, that somehow is like, it's here now. Like, I dreamt about having a storefront, a location. I always still have to ask myself, why do I want that? What is the purpose? What is the meaning of it? And these are questions that I'm still asking myself. But just the fact that I wrote these things down first, it really means something to me. So I'm starting to build a case of evidence of the things I've been able to accomplish. And I'm just going to keep doing that even when things get hard, because Again, this past year has been so difficult, like not feeling stable, not feeling secure. If your housing situation isn't all set, like that can affect a lot of things in your life and how you show up for yourself and how you show up for other people. I have not really been showing up for people the way that I've been wanting to lately, which luckily that has been turning around. And I'm grateful to have this platform where you all, it just feels like y'all really understand where I'm coming from when I go on rants like these and try to express like what the vision is, what I've been through, and try to transcribe that into something that you can use in your own life, because that's the only reason why I record videos like these, so that you can use this and apply it to your own life, and I can see that happen for you too. So it goes deeper than just business. It goes deeper than finances. It goes deeper than a paycheck. Trust me, you really have to ask yourself the question why. Take yourself back to your roots and like really try to identify what is the purpose? What is your greater purpose? Because if it is to amass more, do you want to own your business so that you can flex about a car that you want to purchase, or you want to flex about this other thing that you have, or like material things? Maybe that's valid, but that can only go so far. Who are you flexing for? You know what I mean? Like, I want to do this so that I can create longevity and I can be reliant on myself. And remember, I said that in the beginning. When I told y'all how all this stuff came to be. I said I wanted to be self-reliant. I wanted to be independent. I'm never too proud to go back to a job. I've been self-employed for 5 years now. I've been self-employed since 2020. And in order to keep my business afloat, I am never too proud to go back to a regular job to make sure that the business keeps going and I'm still able to do my passion. And I want you to remember that too. If you are, let's say you're part-time in your business and you're working somewhere that isn't your passion, that is completely okay, because you're doing what you need to do in order for your business to take off, or your passion to take off, whatever the case may be. So there's no shame in that. Like, as long as you're doing things for the right reasons and you're treating people well and you do things from the right intentions, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but that makes all the difference. Essentially, I want you to think about this and I want you to ask yourself why. Like, why are you doing the things that you're doing right now? What is the greater vision that you see? What is the evidence that you've been able to amass over this period of time in order to keep yourself going? Because if you've been able to prove to yourself that you can do this, even if it's like little baby steps to what your actual goal is, then that makes a difference. And that's something that I have to do. I have to remember certain things, and I have to remember where I started, and I have to remember all the wins that might feel normal to me now, but at one point they weren't normal for me. Like, when I first started my massage business, that was 2020, I was still on food stamps, y'all. I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I applied to food stamps because I didn't have a job during the pandemic when all that stuff went down. I think a lot of us applied for food stamps. I'm never going to take that for granted. Even just having air conditioning in my car. Come on, y'all. Like, air conditioning in my car. I used to never have air conditioning in my car. And now I have a car that works properly, that is air conditioned. Like, these are the little things, you know what I mean? That some of y'all probably have had this whole time, but I did not. Even having a roof over my head, having a house that, even though things got messed up with this house and I had to be out of the house for a while, for almost 2 years, like, even to just have a roof over my head, like, that's something I'm grateful for. And that's something that my own business funded. And I'm just, yeah. So remember the evidence. Ask yourself why. Be proud of yourself. Even if other people aren't rooting for you, I'm rooting for you. I am. And just remember why you started this in the first place. I'm going to be there with you every step of the way now that I have a place to film and feel stable and get this done. If this resonated with you, also don't forget to subscribe to this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Stay well. Bye.